Financial Freeway. My name is David J. Attwood. I am the man rocking the Ray-Bans. And this morning, it has come clear to me that this will be the last week that we're doing Financial Freeway in the morning. It's, we've gotten to that part of the year where it's no longer appropriate for me to be wearing sunglasses on the commute to work. Honestly, it definitely is during the summer and the summer and maybe early spring, because the sun is right in my eye space as I'm driving to work. It's right there because I'm heading due east as we travel, so I get the morning sun right in the retina. Now, the sun's not awake. The sun probably won't be awake until a few minutes after I'm at the office. But check it out there. We're looking. Oh, there you are. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, buddy. So, one of the things that really kind of making me take pause is this Friday. I'm going to be doing my cold dip in the dark, in the real dark. Like, there's no twilight. It'll be dark. We do our dips at 5:30 in the morning at the Squamont Lagoon, and it is it's always discomfort. It's always a little piece of misery that we endure, but it's, at least in the light, in the sunlight, it's more it's at least we have that with that aesthetic joy. We get to look at how beautiful the sunrise here is in Victoria every day. But as we're slipping closer and closer to the winter, we got ourselves what I like to call a limit lover, someone who drives the speed limit, or actually this person is going just under it in rush hour traffic, when this person is going 5 kilometers below the speed limit, and you can see all the traffic behind them. Again, I think I did a video not too long ago about situational awareness, and that would be a prime example of someone who is not aware of their surroundings and honestly believes that the world should dance to the beat. So back to the whole thing about going into the cold and in the dark. It's going to be miserable. It is the worst part of my week. Friday mornings at 5:30, standing on the edge of the ocean before I jump in, is the worst part of my week. There is nothing. It only gets better from there. Walking into the inky black ocean in the dark, not being able to see what's around you, not being able to see what's in the water with you, and there are sea mammals that come and like to splash the water next to us to let us know they're there. All that, not pleasant at all. But that comes back to what I was thinking about when I was thinking about, why do people do drugs? And it's to escape. It's to escape the moment. Why do people take painkillers? Just to escape the pain. And drugs do that. They give you that sense of relief in a momentary blockage of pain, the pain of existence. And existence is suffering. That is really the gist of it. Just being alive, there is suffering that every entity has to endure. We have to be hungry. We have to be weak. We have to be cold. These are things that is part of the rules, the laws of existence. In order to enjoy a good meal, you have to be hungry. In order to become strong, you have to realize you're weak. You have to experience that weakness. No one walks into a gym as a strong person. They walk in as a weak person. They come out strong. And it's all that. Some people try very hard to avoid all that misery. I remember the first time I stepped on stage, how absolutely horrifying it was for me. I know there's other people who say that they don't experience stage fright. I experienced stage fright. My stage fright was debilitating. But I had put myself in a position many times where I had to step on stage. And then the funny thing is years later when I said, you know what, I don't want to put myself through that stress again, because the stress of being on stage was so much. So I sat in the audience and watched a show, and I was more upset because I realized I could do better than that person that was on stage. So I said to myself, I'm never going to do that again. I'm always going to push past that anxiety and that stress and that fear to stand up on stage. But the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the more comfortable you get in that misery. And that's really what it is all about. You do not become a famous, world famous, award-winning magician by being a spectator. You don't. You don't become a world-class writer by reading. You have to write. You have to perform. You have to endure failure and rejection and negative consequences. And it hurts. It sucks. But the more I think about it, the more I'm shocked that people try to go through life without feeling this misery. And you can see the people that avoid discomfort. You can see them. They're all around you. Their body betrays their what they're not willing to go through. Their face betrays it. Their actions betray it. Their words betray it. Their fear is betrayed on their face. Wow, this is a profound. I had nothing to talk about this morning. This is actually becoming really profound. But the reality is that I have started on a path. Like 2 years ago, I started on a path of putting myself in a state of discomfort. And the more I have to thank Seth Kobernick for this, because he kept pushing me into this uncomfortable position all the time. And that was getting into the water, getting into the cold water. And what that did, and here's the thing is, I've said this many times, I do not like getting up early. I do not like being cold. I do not like being wet. I really, really, really do not like the open water. I have a fear of being in the open ocean. This is the reality that I've lived with all my life. I've avoided these things. And then one day, one cold, snowy November morning, I'm walking into the inky black ocean and my body does not want to be there. My mind does not want to be there. My emotions don't want to be there. But what I found fascinating was my body's reaction to it. My visceral reaction to it was to get out and to survive. We, as a human species, cannot thrive unless we accept the discomfort and face it head on. And with that means if you spend your whole life avoiding discomfort, running away from discomfort, running away from conflict, running away from the gym, running away from dieting or fasting, running away from the cold, if you spend your life only going for that perfect humidity, that perfect temperature, those comfortable seats, you are setting yourself for the world of misery, a life of misery, because one day life will catch up to you. Life will do this to you. Something will happen that affects you. And if you're not trained in facing that misery or that adversary, you will, did I say that right? Adversary? Adversary. If you're not trained in it, it will run you over like a steamroller. You have to be trained in this stuff. You have to train your body and your mind and your emotions on how to deal with negative consequences. And I'm talking anything. I'm talking about someone not inviting you to a party. I'm talking about your boss not giving you that promotion, or not giving you the opportunity to get some training that you want. These are real things that happen to people all the time. And yet some people, it destroys them. I am that myself. I've watched people get things that I wanted, and I was emotionally crushed. I heard about parties that I was not invited to, and I was not even made aware of, and I was emotionally crushed. I stood on stage, scared to death, hands shaking. The less you have that ability to face any sort of adversity, and I mean just putting yourself in positions like get to the gym, go for a jog, start swimming as a form of exercise, bike to work, anything. If you can start doing these things, you are slowly preparing yourself for a life of misery. You are not a life of misery, but a life where you're able to deal with adversity. You're able to attack it. You're able to face it head on without fear. Sorry, phone fell out of its holder there. Thinking about getting a new gear rig set up here. But if you avoid discomfort, you're heading for a life of misery. And all you have to do is look, and it doesn't take, no matter what city you're in, you can probably find someone who spends their lives doing everything they can to avoid discomfort and misery. And you can see it in their body, in their face, in their finances, in everything. If everyone is spending their time living for today, YOLO, you can see it. You can see what's going on and what is, and it's betrayed on them. It's all over them. It's on their face. It's in the car they drive. It's everything. Don't avoid discomfort. Don't seek it out. I know that some people say seek it out. I'm saying pick something to do, and whatever happens on the way to that destination, tackle it. Deal with it. Deal with it on your own terms. When I was learning how to ride a motorcycle, I was really afraid of riding in the rain. And it was the seasoned this seasoned biker said to me, what you have to do is learn how to bike in the rain, but you have to do it on your own terms. Pick a day when it's raining and get out there. Don't get stuck in the rain, because that's the worst way to deal with it. Nothing sucks more than having to learn on the fly. So what you want to do is make sure that you are training yourself for this discomfort and misery. Don't find yourself there. Be prepared for it. Start having those cold showers. Those things really, really do make a difference. Anyways, folks, thanks so much for watching. If you're watching me on YouTube, again, as I always say, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Let me know you're loving the content with that. And also, make sure you check out financialfreeway23.ca, because that's where all the good stuff is. That's where the reading is. That's where we have our commuting MBA program, which I'm very proud of. We went through all the whoopsies, that's a little close. We went through all of the different books that are required for learning to getting your MBA, and we put them in a Audible reading list. That is a tight fit, but we did it because we are really good at what we do here with backup parking. And I'm gonna just tighten this up a little bit more because I want to make sure that driver has some time, some room to get out. Also, I have my personal, one of my things that I'm very passionate about is I have my portfolio breakdown. It's the one that's worked for me, so that's why I like it there. Again, not financial advice, just some guidance to get you in the right direction. And finally, as I always say, make sure you spread the word. Spread the good news so that everyone in the world understands that they have an inalienable right to live a life of abundance. Wherever you are in this beautiful world today, I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.